Yes, good morning students. So fourth class, today I am continuing the same chapter, the Northern Plains. Yes, my dear students, up to now we have discussed about the plain areas and their rivers. So today I am continuing. The river Ganga meets the river Yamuna and Prayagraj. The place where both the rivers meet is called Sangam. Now, on reaching West Bengal, the Ganga splits into two main branches. The splits means divided into two main branches, and one is the river Hooghly and second is the river Padma. The Hooghly flows through the city of Kolkata and the river Padma flows through Bangladesh and joins Jamuna, the largest branch of river Brahmaputra. So beta, when the Brahmaputra and Ganga flows through the areas of maybe the China area of Brahmaputra also, and Brahmaputra originates from China and it is called Tusang Po in that area, and it is enter in the India and then it is named as Brahmaputra. So the Padma flows through Bangladesh and joins Jamuna, the largest branch of river Brahmaputra. And then when these rivers, they move from the mountain areas, as so many times we have discussed that these rivers brought silt with them, and that is the alluvium, or you can say the alluvial soil. And when it comes into the plain areas, then they deposit their silt into that plain area in the river or on the banks of the river. Due to the deposition silt in their lower course, these rivers split into a number of channels known as distributaries. So when the rivers, they deposited their silt there, so it is divided into number of different channels, smaller channels, because small islands of soil is there in the lower course. Because the river slows down in its last course, it starts depositing the sediments it has been carrying. Beta ji, when the river becomes slower, so river water is not able to carry the soil with it or the alluvium silt with it. So as a result, it deposits all the things there. So this results in the formation of islands of sand in water. These triangular pieces of land are called the deltas. When it comes near the ocean area, then there is very much less depth of, or you can say no depth of water is there. Only silt, or you can say the alluvium is lying on the surface of the earth. So that's why the speed of the water becomes very less and it deposits all the silt carry with it, and then the water moves into the ocean and the silt of water remains on the mouth of the ocean. And these triangulars, triangular forms which is made through the silt, or you can say through the soil, it becomes in a triangular form because here I want to show, look, if a stream is coming and this is the ocean mouth and it's spread into a different tributaries, and this triangular form is called delta. Here this is a silt of soil, silt of soil. So this triangular shape is called delta. This triangular shape is called delta. These islands divide the river into so many streams called the distributaries. But because again the water is divided into different areas, it is called the distributaries of river. Okay. Now the delta of Ganga and Brahmaputra known as the Sundarbans. And Sundarban is the world's largest delta in the world's largest delta. So underline this word Sundarbans, because 1 mark question can be there. Which is the world's largest delta? You name the world largest delta. So that is called Sundarbans. The soil of Ganga basin is very rich and fertile. As we know, because of that alluvium, the soil in Ganga basin, it becomes very much fertile. So this region also receive a lot of rainfall. So that's why the people of this area, they are mostly depend on agriculture as their livelihood. Okay, near about 70% of world population is dependent on agriculture. So today we have discussed about the delta region and how the deltas are made. So this is all for the day. Thank you.